The United States has been the only country without an official language. This has been a multilingual nation with different cultures for many decades already. But a few years ago, it started to change. States started to make laws of having English as their official language. The first that made the official English law was Louisiana in 1811, but the first legislation did not appear until 1981. The only two states that cannot have an official language are Hawaii because of the fact that it is an officially bilingual state, and the other state is Alaska because English was declared unconstitutional. But there has been other states that has accepted the law. For example, these states passed the law of making English the official language. Florida in 1988, Arizona in 2000, and California in the year 1986, and others are still in the process like the state of Kansas. People in Kansas have declared to have its official language to be English, since mostly everyone in Kansas speaks this language. On July 1st, the new law takes effect but is not approved until May 12th by Governor Sebelius. Representative Candy Ruff declares to have English as the official language in Kansas. The State House of Topeka, Kansas declares the law passing in the video coming up.
114 voting in favor, 7 opposed. House Bill 2140, having received the constitutional majority, is hereby declared passed.
As proposing an amendment to the Constitution of the United States has established English as the official language. Little by little, more states are making English the official language. For example, Texas is one of the states that's still pending. In addition to our efforts to pass official English legislation at the federal level, U.S. English is also with state legislators to make English the official language. And the reason being is to strengthen society, every aspect of social structure, and communicate efficiently, as Representative Tom Price of Georgia said.
I think it brought people together. I think it resulted in a commonality across this nation that was positive, that was good.
Officiating a national language would encourage immigrants who do not speak it to learn, and it would bring our country together as a whole, and it promotes unity among states and citizens living in the community.
A nation that is provides greater opportunity and greater success for more individuals.
But even though it unites us in the Declaration of Independence, it says there was a freedom of speech in any tongue, and the right to petition the government. It would be hard to have an official language because of the fact that we do not have enough teachers to help students to learn English, as reporter Katie Corrick says.
There just aren't enough teachers to help immigrants learn the English language.
So the school official want more money to educate bilingual students, since in one state they spent up to $17.4 million on English as a second language programs. For this reason, the federal government tries to find ways of capitalizing and keeping alive the existence of the country's linguistic diversity. Money spent of the services used to make the translation of all the paperwork can be used to provide classes to teach immigrants English. 94% of Americans speak English in the United States, while the other 6% do not. As John Trevino, the representative of Mexican American Legal Defense and Educational Fund debates having English official language.
Every year, grade 1 through 12, you have to go to English class. But yet for adults, there are no adult English classes. Latino immigrants and other immigrants want to learn English. So we don't need a law saying it's good to learn English. We need English classes.
And with the classes given, the government will not have to worry about making duplicates of the work for the immigrants who do not understand, read, or write in English, since they cannot provide services in all of the 332 languages. The U.S. should just focus on one language only and make English the official language. Theodore Roosevelt felt that we have room for one language here, and that is the English language. And we intend to see that the assimilation crucible terms of our people out as Americans. Knowing how to speak English is the key to success in America, as Representative Mark Soder supports making English official U.S. language, says.
Succeed in America, to be part of America, you had to have the goal of immersing in English as fast as possible.
107 Congress says the English language should be the official language of the U.S. As the official language, the English language shall be used for all public acts, including every order, resolution, vote, or election, and for all records and judicial proceedings of the government of the U.S. and the governments of the several states. It will simplify and expedite matters in education, government, and business, as well as ease communication, and it will help by reversing any conflicts like racial and ethnic problems because the U.S. have different large groups of languages. But on the other hand, People might think that they will lose their national identity if we did have only one language. An example of this would be the border of here in El Paso. Many people will be affected by the change of the official language here at the border. Associate Professor Arnold Maltz creates a program to train Hispanic truckers English language in order to cross the border and ensure American safety. Many people that live or visit El Paso, most of them come from the other side of the border, Mexico. This could also be affected by economically because people from Mexico come to El Paso to shop. Not only that, but also politically. Assimilation of Mexican immigrants into American society is failing. McDonald points out example after example of this. We can conclude from her argument that not only do we have to stop illegal immigration from Mexico, but we may have to stop all immigration from Spanish-speaking countries. It will be easier for everyone to understand each other using one language rather than having several to distinguish from. Don Wilmot, founder and chairman of the American Family Association, states 84% of people say English should be the official language of the Congress institution. In addition, 77% of Hispanics support English as the official language. Since more ethnicities are coming to the United States, then it will be necessary to establish a common language. For example, the English-only movement leading language of government bill in the 104th Congress is to amend Title IV United States Code to declare English the official language of the government of the United States, and is passed by the House of Representatives in August 1st, 1996. U.S. Code, English would be designated the official language of the U.S. government. Indeed, the only language that federal employees and officials, including members of Congress, would be permitted to use for most government business. Also, U.S. Code declares the English-only mandate would extend to federal actions, documents, policies, publications, income tax forms, informational materials, records, proceedings, letters to citizens, indeed to any form of written communication on behalf of the U.S. government, also as shown in the 110th Congress legislation as the official language. The English language shall be used for all public acts, including every order, resolution, voting, and election. As the Senate has passed amendments that would make English the official language, and the majority of Americans and Hispanics have favored making this happen. As the late U.S. Senator Asa Hayakawa, founder of the modern official English effort, said, in no way would having English as the official language intrude upon anyone's private life, business, or day-to-day living. But language is a unifying instrument that brings people together. When people speak one language, they become as one. They become a society. Even though it will be affected here on the border, having a common language will help the society in different ways. It could be from saving money to having a united country. If they change this big, it will have a big impact in society, especially because we have different ethnicities among us. The United States is controlling the situation because we are the strongest country, but also the only one without an official language. They probably have not made it officially because of the First Amendment freedom of speech in any tongue, and because of the different cultures that has developed here in the United States. These differences is what makes each other different, just like Rebecca Kutcher, a language art teacher, said that to feel good about our individuality, but also not to go to a destructive ethnicity, as Mark Suter says.
Number of people coming into the United States, and if we don't have a common language, we're going to balkanize just like other countries have around the world and break.
The way America feels toward this topic, language, is a question of whether the change of the official language will be helpful to the country, because for now, we're the only ones that do not have an official language. But with the facts and statistics that have been gathered, whether there will be a solution for this problem. The United States have all these ideas to help make itself an English-speaking country, but nothing has been done to accomplish this. Senators pass many bills to make it possible, and Congress finds ways not to accept them. It is mainly up to the government if it wants English to be the official language, because all of the documents and paperwork goes through them first, then it is sent out to the public. The money that the government saves from translations can be used to make classes for the immigrants to teach them English when they come into the United States. If English promotes unity, then the world can be united, come together as one instead of many. There are so many facts that come together to make English the official language, but nothing has passed yet. There is a positive side of making English the national language. But there's also a negative side of why it should not be the official language in some states.
You could vote English as the official language, but it'll never work. It's too late.